gosh, you guys, I'm just so sad. I'm so disappointed. We had an opening for the video. It was glorious. It was beautiful. We had introductions. It was very funny. And the last, the microphones were not turned on. And because the microphones were not turned on, there was no sound. Because this little thingamajigger, if you have it plugged in, you got to be talking in the mic, or there will be no sound. So I'm so sad. But anyways, I'm going to do a quick intro, and then we're going to get into the video where we have some special friends with us. So in this video, you're going to see my best friend Karmen from California, all the way from California, all the way from the West Coast, just to be here on the show. Just kidding. No, she came to visit us. Once a year she comes up pretty much, and we have a blast, so much fun. So she's in this video. You're going to get to see her. She's been watching the challenge for years, huge challenge fan. Then you're also going to get to see our best friend. So you see our best friend Karmen, my best friend Karmen. Then you're also going to see our best friend Sharae, who is part of the duo Shanae and Sharae, who are also twins. And we shout out our video. I'm going to shout it out now. We have a channel, Twinning with Twins. We're super young, or maybe like 5 years younger, 7 years younger than we are now. But it's a really cool channel because we talk about what it's like to be twins, and we play games and stuff and tell stories. It's a really fun channel. So check that out if you want to, Twinning with Twins. And yeah, we have Sharae on the episode. She is also a huge challenge fan. She wants to be on the challenge. She's very athletic. She is a trainer at a gym. So it's really, really cool and special to have Sharae and Karmen on the episode. We introduced them. That got cut out, of course, because of that. And then we just talked really quick about, okay, the episode started off about survivors unite. Like, should the survivors unite? The people that survived the elimination, should they all come together? Should Cara Maria and Naya and Tony and all these people who survived, Ryan, um, Olivia, Theo, should they come together along with Anissa and Derek and just, have some kind of alliance? I don't know if they're just joking around, probably just joking around, but you can never have too many alliances in the challenge world. So that's how we start the episode out. Darrell is kind of concerned. He's like, something's in the air. Like, it's weird that the losers hung back like they did, like they stuck around like they did. They normally go home. The wheels are turning, and everyone's wondering. Darrell's kind of wondering what's going on. Something doesn't seem right here. Then we also get Tony. Tony overestimated Leroy, guys. He overestimated Leroy, which is really ironic because Leroy underestimated Tony. But then, to be fair, we're not going to beat up Leroy too bad because Tony also could have underestimated himself, he said. So, Carl's got allies. That's cool. Horacio's sad. Michelle's being there for him. That's really nice. And then my friends and I, we had discussed how Michelle said Horacio was Air Force top guy. And I was just like, what do y'all think about that? And Karmen said she agrees, and Sharae said she also kind of agrees a little bit, but she might also say like somebody else up there. And Alicia and I were just like, we don't agree. For me, I feel their strongest males are Kyland and Theo, because Theo won, or he came in second place in one of the toughest finals of the series. So let's not sleep on Theo. And Kylan, he's the giant slayer. He took out so many people last season in 39, so many champs. So those are the ones who I'm looking at. I forget who Alicia said she was looking at, but yeah, neither one of us are really thinking it's Horacio. Okay, so then we got Aviv and Darrell. They're talking about their friendship and stuff, and about how Aviv and Darrell, they won Fresh Meat. We talked about how I need to watch Fresh Meat again, and Sharae said that's one of her favorite seasons. It's so good. And she also shouted out Cara Maria and said Cara Maria is a huge reason why she got into working out the way that she does and exercising the way she does. So that's really cool. Shout out to Cara. Sharae loves you. I'm going to try to make this as quick as I can, but I'm trying to talk about everything that we talked about, everything that happened in the episode. In the first portion of the episode. So yeah, Viva's here at age 40, and she's playing the game for herself. She has kids, but she's playing it for herself, and you got to respect it. Alicia respects it. I respect it. It's cool to see. And then we also had some love. We had a little love island in the challenge house. We getting a little love. We got Emily and Brad, Emily, Elizabeth, and Bradley. They got a little love connection. They're showering together. We told Sharae about this. because yeah, the way we filmed it, Sharae actually had missed the first part, and we were kind of like updating her on what happened. So I'm just mourning the video that we lost, guys. I'm talking y'all through everything that happened. So we talked about Emily and Brad informed her about how they were showering together. She was like, "Oh, really? I didn't know this." And then we talked about Naya and Josh. They're getting a little cuddly. And then on the flip side, on the offset, we had Lonely Cara. Lonely, I am so lonely. There's several songs we can sing. All by Myself by Celine Dion. There's several songs that are fitting. But yeah, Cara was feeling a little lonely. She's missing Polly, and we get it. We miss Polly too. So that was a little lonely Cara. And then we get to the daily, and Corey's already saying, I don't want Era 2 to win. Bananas and I have had a long running feud, and I don't want him in power. We respect it. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, let's not have Era 2 win though. Even though I'm wearing green, I was wearing green in support of them. And this is another thing that we discussed in that opening video. I'm wearing green. My other counterparts are not very thoughtful with their fashion. I had to call them out on it. But you'll see when you see them in the next clip. But I'm the only one that's being thoughtful about things, and I wore green today in support of Era 2. In our first video, I wore pink in support of Era 4. Last video, I thought I was wearing a color in support of somebody, but it turns out nobody wears that color. So I really want to wear some blue because y'all know Era 3, that's my era. That's who I'm going for. That's the powerhouse era. But I don't have no blue that's that color, so that's why I wore this green. But anyways, so we get to the he doesn't want this team that I'm representing today, Era 2 to win. We get to the daily. It's called Gladdy Eater, which I love the name. Gotta love the name. It's very catchy, very clever. And Tony's like, man, I got this. It's got Eat in the name. I got this. And the teams got to pick out representatives, which all of us are looking at each other like, what the heck? Who's gonna want to be a representative? Like, this is dumb. Like, I just don't know. Oh wait, I don't think we were thinking that at this time because we didn't know the parameters of the game. Sorry, so we weren't thinking that at this point. Anissa's like, I'm not trying to be a representative because I don't know what the heck that means. They might be in danger. So yeah, not me, not Anissa, not I. And for her team, it's Darrell and Jody. And then Era 2 is Derek and Aviv. And era 3 is Tony and Avery. And Era 4, Kaylee and who? Because we made fun of how Kaylee was like she forgot Kylan's name or something. She was like, it's me and Kylan. It was like such a lack of enthusiasm. I don't know. Did y'all catch that? We just had a good laugh at it. It's gonna be me and Kylan. It's like, were you disappointed that it was him? Did you forget who he was? I don't know. What do you think, guys? And with that, I'm done with this intro. The intro that we did before was so much better. I'm sorry, guys. I did the best that I could. And now the real video begins. You get to see my friends. And boy, is this a great reaction video. Yeah. We're back. All right, guys. So the challenge has started. They are rowing their boats. Row your boat. Some are. Yeah. It seemed like it was going off. Like it was off to a good start. Era 1 was feeling very, very confident. They were like, we've been doing this longer than anyone. Like, we're a really strong team, and everything was seeming like it was going to be good. Like, we all know the seasons more than anyone because a lot of us were there. It ain't good for Era 1.
Yeah.
Brad don't know how to use the rudder, yo.
I was like, use Brad again, y'all. Brad again.
Bradley. Brad is an awesome competitor. But if y'all have been watching All Stars, I don't know what's been going on. He's just been falling short sometimes. So
and CT's annoyed. That doesn't help. CT when he gets annoyed, that's it.
Yeah, he just gonna be blaming y'all. Yeah. They just overcorrecting. They're not getting it together. So Era, which one is in the lead? Era 2. Well, Era 2. Okay, Era 2. We weren't sure how they were going to perform at first as well. And Derek is like, why did I volunteer to be the captain of this team? And I'm thinking the same. Why did you volunteer to be the captain of Team Drama? That Laurel and Bananas created. So they should have been the captains of that team. So they're struggling as well. But then my team Powerhouse. And if I could every week, I would rock blue. But I'm trying to, I don't actually have that color blue yet. So I got to get something in that color. 1. And then 2, we're trying to wear different colors, I'm not trying to be fashionable. But Team Powerhouse is killing it. Well, Team Pink over here, Era 4. What can we do for?
I didn't get that memo.
I like 3 as well. So.
Okay, see. Mm-hmm. All right, what were you saying?
I just didn't get the memo, and Ray didn't get the memo either. So.
Okay. Okay, still playing victim. But all right, so Team Era 4 is in first place. In Era 3 is in first place. In Era 4, your team is doing a really good job. Yeah. They're in second place.
Yeah.
And it's like,
because Olivia Rose.
Yes,
like,
in Alaska.
We're going to see if y'all can listen. Because me and Michelle about to take over.
Yeah, in Alaska.
Yeah.
And somebody else was leading on that team, though.
Kylan was leading, too.
Yeah, Kylan. So, seems like they're doing great.
And on Era 3, sorry, my era, Devin was taking the lead. And I love to see it. I like to see it. And Jordan was being a good follower. It's like, you got to know when to follow sometimes.
A good leader knows how to be a good follower when the time
comes.
Yeah, because you don't always lead everything. You have strengths and you have weaknesses.
Also, like how Tori's doing a good job too.
Doing what? Eating.
No, I'm
saying her memorizing. Yes, I forgot. Yeah, she is doing a good job. She was smart, you guys. She studied the wall. She was like, this is here for a reason. It's probably going to come into play. This is to challenge eras. Like, this stuff is definitely going to come into play.
And Naya was like, we don't need to have so many cooks in the kitchen. Like, I saw
I'm going to let her cook. Let her cook.
I'm going to sit back. Let her cook it up.
So it's hopefully she know what she's making.
So right now they're in the lead. Which era is that?
Era 3.
Era 3 is in the lead. Yeah. Era 2 said, Aviv said they're right behind them.
Somehow they got in front of Era 4. What's going on? What's going on with y'all's people?
I'm so tired of them.
And Era 1, Snail's Pace. They finally made it in. They got a lot of ground.
Can we just talk about how TJ was like, is there a motor on that thing? Like, when TJ makes a joke, you know it ain't good
for them.
Yeah. So we're gonna see what happens, but that was definitely fun to watch. My team better take it.
I think Era 3 is gonna take it, and Era 4 is gonna come close.
Era 4 better get back in second place. That's all I know.
Era 3 is gonna take it though.
We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. I'm mad at that though. If they take it, I'm not mad.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, y'all! It's getting messy. But we gotta rewind real fast.
Yeah. So winners.
Winner, chicken dinner goes to my era.
Era 3. They love
it. I love Era 3 too.
Yes.
Yeah, I do too. There's people that I love on every single era, so I can be happy for them.
Same. They blew that out of the water though, and I thought
thanks to Tori.
Yep, thanks to Tori. Tori came in clutch, y'all.
And then,
wow, I remember when I didn't even think Tori was good, man.
Right?
Yeah, I remember.
Can't speak.
That's Shanae's girl.
Yeah. Okay. So that's her sister's girl.
Era 2. Who was responsible for their win?
I don't know. Probably Tony. Probably Tori, because the things were still up, and so all they had to do was copy them and put them back up.
No, I think it was. Is that Anissa's team or that's first?
No,
they lost.
That's Johnny Bananas and Laura.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then yeah. Bananas was shouting a lot of the order.
So Bananas
probably
was
Bananas. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Era 2 came in second. Appropriate, right? Era 2. And then Era 4, you let us down, but you didn't let us completely down.
Kylan came through.
Thank God they didn't lose.
Kylan came through with that memory.
Thank God they didn't lose. And you know what? I feel like in a way it is kind of smart for them because they got some heavy hitters on Era 4. Kylan and Casey. Who wants to go against Kylan and Casey?
Nope.
Because we found out, you guys, after everyone won and everything, that now Era 3 is completely safe. Everybody on that team. And guess what? All the other teams are pretty much safe too, except the
representatives.
Yeah.
So Alicia was pointing out,
last place.
Why would anybody want to be a representative?
Yeah.
There's not really an incentive to do that. So
it's a bad format, guys. It's a terrible format.
They might be telling us something later, maybe.
Yeah, I think we're gonna trust you guys that there's gonna be a wrinkle in there that will make people want to be representatives after all.
Right now, nobody would ever.
Right now, it's looking like a stinker.
And
but
if not, it's just building character. So.
Yeah. No, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Doesn't get you money.
Try harder.
Doesn't get you money.
Try harder.
Doesn't get you money. All right.
It gets you a flight home.
It gets you a flight home. That's not what we want. So we did actually have Era 1 coming in last place. And
they're going in for sure.
They're going in for sure. Darrell and Jody, it was sad. But I do have to point out that your girl, that was exactly how I ranked the season. that's how I said how I ranked the eras. I said I ranked Team Era 3 number 1, Era 2 second, and Era 4 next, and Era 1 last.
It's not going to be the same next week, y'all. Just you wait.
Yeah.
She thinks she knows everything.
I think I know everything. I might do. I'm just kidding. So, all right. So that's the way it goes. And then we hear this horrible twist of, they're on the chopping block, the representatives. We go to.
So the representatives that are on the chopping block, y'all, are Casey and Kylan from Era 4 and Derek and Aviv.
Derek and Aviv from Era 2. They're already going in.
Darrell.
They're going in.
Not Derek.
Jody are automatically
Darrell and Aviv are automatically in.
Yes.
I mean, Darrell and Jody, they're automatically in. So then we get some politicking. And I'm like, look at Kylan, man. Was it Kylan?
And Josh.
Was it Kylan?
Josh was first.
It was Josh. That's what I was like, look at Josh, man. Josh be politicking. You got to give that to him. Like, he be doing a lot of stuff wrong, but he do know how to politic. So he was over there talking to Tony, and he was like, hey, man, you do us a solid, we're going to do you a solid. Era 4 is tight. Like, we the bomb. We going to win. We're a powerhouse, too. So let's powerhouses look out for each other because you're not going to win all the time. So very good point. But
then Derek's argument was
he's talking to Avery. And he's like, yo, we're friends. Like, you know,
and
let's
we need to get rid of the strong competitors.
Yeah, we got to get looking. We got to get the strong competitors.
We got to take the shot when we get the shot.
Yeah,
when the shot is open, we got to take it. And my answer to that is
right away. It was
Derek. When you win, you can take your big shots. What about that? You can take your big shots. You can put your name out there. You can get your blood on your hands.
And right away, I was just thinking to myself, powerhouse team, they're a powerhouse for a reason. Right. So they're strong. So if
you got like 2-time challenge competitors, like champs, and these are people that are dominating in the eliminations. What are you doing? Signing suicide note?
Yeah, I'm like, if your argument is we're gonna take swings at the big guys, they're not going to want to do that because you're going to take swings at them. And sure enough, we see it in deliberation. Casey and Kylan give their great argument, and then
Miss Avery, unfortunately, has her little. I get it. Like, she doesn't have a lot of friends, or she doesn't want to send Derek and Aviv. And
I mean, she reached across the table with her eyes.
She needs to stick with her team, in my opinion.
She needs to stick with her team. And Derek made the argument, and then that he wants to go after the big people, and then Tony's like, "We're the big people. Right. Like, who do you think we?" I'm like, "Thank you, Tony."
That's literally his name on the dotted line.
That's what I was saying.
That started laughing a little bit.
Yeah, she did.
He's like, "You're doing my job for me."
Which, by the way, that's what she does. Let's just talk about the fact that Casey's very talented when it comes to her game. She's social, so she doesn't really have to say a lot. Little is more with her. So all she has to do is show up, say a little bit, and that's it.
Less is more. Less is more.
Less is more, Casey.
Karmen Ultra. Less is more. Okay.
Last thing that, before we forget, they asked Darrell who did he want to go against.
Yeah.
And he said that he wanted to go against Derek and Aviv.
Derek and Aviv
obviously is getting upset because they worked together before. They won Fresh Meat together. And she feels like kind of betrayed, but it's like,
honey boo boo child. It's you or me. Like, I feel like Aviv, I mean, Darrell would possibly have
Darrell is always brutally honest,
and he's already been beaten by Kylan.
Right, not already, y'all got beat by Kylan last season.
And this is his neck on the line here. So
Kylan
he's
put the fear of God in him.
Himself to have the best opportunity to stay.
It's like, I don't want to leave. I gotta say your name. Oh my goodness. So when we came back, it was deliberation. They were still deliberating about who to throw in. And y'all, we starting to get a little bit agitated. We starting to get a little bit upset because they don't reach a decision. Avery seems pretty bent on, I'm not saying Derek's name. And that's what we see. Tony's like, so would you say Derek's name? Would you ever say?
And then literally everybody is talking about Tony. We get Corey first, who's like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like he's being selfish.
He's being selfish.
Like, I understand Avery because Avery's been friends with Derek for so long. But
why can't he just do this? Like, why can't he just do this for Avery? Selfish. He's being selfish. And then we just continue to get like a crucifixion of Tony from everybody. Ryan, is all these dudes, they're misogynistic, egotistical, and I just want to,
I just want to say we felt personally that Corey was being a little bit of a hypocrite because it was like, you looked out for yourself last week when you saved Jordan because you knew that saving Jordan was going to be good for you in the future, and that Jordan would be able to pay you back because Jordan's a powerful player and he might win.
Yeah.
Soon.
So it's going to be good
why
for
you over
your
here
team
judging Tony
and for you.
who's trying to do the same thing? Look out for himself and not throw these powerful players
Mm-hmm.
in that will give him a solid in
Mm-hmm.
the future instead of throwing them in and they coming for him.
And they're justifying it by saying it's his ego because he's volunteering to put himself in first over some people.
Yeah, that's what
and
he
it's
said.
not
He
people
pretty
that
much
you
said, "I'm not
so-called
afraid to
just
go in.
met.
I'll go in. I'll go in if you can't decide." And people can't understand why he would be so passionate about that. But he's like, "Yo, I'm trying to make a game move. This
Right,
is
and
what's
it is
smart.
a game move. It
I don't
is.
understand why we would say people who say they want to throw in strong people, they're gonna throw us in.
Because I
Why
don't know
would
about
we do
you,
that?
but I'm going to volunteer to work with someone who's won this game before over someone that I can beat in elimination. So, I mean, why would he not do that?
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know
want to work with people who are going to save us and who are
Right.
going to win and be able to save us. They don't think the Era 2 is going to be able to win and do anything for them.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and then obviously I feel like people like Johnny and Laurel are saying the things they're saying because they want to
then we
save
get
their
them
team.
talking. Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
Derek and
They're
Aviv
literally
are on
just
their
trying to
team.
Nobody
save their
understands where Tony's coming from. Is we get
And it's really sad
Johnny and
because it
Laurel.
really seems like he's getting bombarded.
Yeah.
He
Like,
is
it's like
getting
so much peer pressure. I
bombarded.
feel for him to save Derek and Aviv, which is just stupid. Like
Mhm.
Johnny didn't even know Tony last week.
Yeah, he didn't even know Tony
He knew
fighting for his
Leroy.
life. He fighting for his life, and there's
and we
crickets.
understand why he
So-
knew Leroy because Leroy's his bestie. But it's like,
But it's like, hold on to
now,
that, Tony.
yeah, you need to remember,
Because
like
he ain't here for you. He's not here
He's
for
looking
you.
out for his team.
Yeah.
You look out for you, Tony.
I need people to have Tony's
Yeah.
back, you guys, because it seems like everybody's coming against him and nobody's understanding where he's coming from.
Yeah.
I'm just
Let
hoping
us know
that-
your thoughts, you guys. Do you understand where Tony's coming from? Do you think he's tripping? Or
I
do you
mean, they're
think he's
calling
trying to
him
do-
all kinds of stuff: toxic masculinity, ego.
Yeah.
These men, they try to get their way, and I'm like, just like, gosh, y'all putting all these labels on him, and I really don't think it's warranted.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
But we forgot to mention that a lot of this was going down at the
Toga
toga
party.
party.
These toga looks were very interesting. We had some that were dressed to the nines, and it's like, okay, these some looks right here. Then we had some that were questionable. And it was really fun,
And
Eric-
then you
Devin
had
had his
Cara.
wig on, and we had Cara who looked like
Cara.
a Kiss concert.
Frankenfurter from was it?
Carmen knew who you were.
Yes,
Who?
Dr. Frankenfurter
From what?
from the musical
Oh, Rocky Horror.
Rocky Horror. Thank
Oh
you.
my gosh, yeah, that was not with the theme, but we love it. Devin loved it. It's cool. Love to see it. Unique.
And we're getting all the hookups at the party.
Oh my gosh.
As well.
Devin
Yeah.
and Michelle,
Naya and Josh.
Theo and
Olivia.
Olivia. And
Later
then
on,
Naya and
Kylan.
Kylan.
Yes, she just loves the way his brain works. And he's not hard. He's not hard on the eyes either. He's easy on the eyes.
I
so.
mean, who could blame Naya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are two fine men. And I understand.
Yeah.
Especially with alcohol involved. It's just like
they started to look even better.
no, it's just like, you lose a little bit of your
inhibition.
yeah, and your
And she
your-
was like,
your
"Who cares
merits.
about Josh? Like, I want my
It's
cake
still
and my pie.
understand. I won't
I'm
say
here. I'm
she
single.
said who cares, but she's like, I'm single
I'm here to
and
mingle.
he will understand.
She's playing a
Which
One day he'll understand."
and he did understand
Yeah.
for the most
game. Naya
part.
knows what she's doing. She's
Mhm.
playing
He
a
also
game.
said
She's
Naya
playing
doesn't
the
owe,
mid.
her,
She's
owe him
playing the
anything.
Mhm.
Naya doesn't
Yeah,
owe
it's
him
good for my
explanation. She's
game.
single, so
You
she doesn't
gotta
owe
love
anything.
it. Yeah, she doesn't know anything. But then
So all
we get
this
a little
was
talk
happening.
talk.
Josh was handling it well.
He was handling it well. He was good. But then we get a little talk,
Mhm.
and he hears a little laughter, and he's like, "They're having a laugh at my expense." I don't even really remember what was said exactly.
Yeah, Tori said something. It was kind of like
She scoffed at something.
like
She was like,
Josh being a pimp or something. I don't
or
remember.
Josh could be a
Pimp.
pimp or something. Yeah. Okay. If she was saying that, maybe she's saying like Josh ain't gonna be hurt by her. Josh got plenty of girls.
Mhm.
And if she's
We need to
saying
go back
that,
and see exactly
if that's what
was
she
saying.
said, he
Yeah.
definitely shouldn't be mad at
They're
her
all just
because
playing
she
around.
was like defending him, saying like, he's not no chump. He's not gonna be crying in the
I
corner
thought she
about
was
her.
scoffing at him being a pimp. She was like,
Yeah.
"He ain't no pimp."
Oh,
I
he
think
ain't
so,
no-
yeah.
Man, we need to go see. But
Yeah.
anyways, whatever it was, he was not happy
His
about it.
feelings were hurt.
Yeah.
Which is
And-
expected.
And it was
Which is
interesting to
understandable.
see because they ended up talking about it, and Michelle was in the middle of them. And
She's
Michelle,
always in the middle.
she's
what I'm
like
saying.
she's
Literally.
the wannabe peacemaker. It doesn't seem like she's escalating it, but then at the same time, sometimes she was just eating her noodles. So it was like, you just want to be there, like I don't know. But
Right.
anyway, she was giving the backstory of like, this is more than just this moment, or was it her or was it Tori that said that?
It was Michelle.
Okay, so she was like, it might have been both of. Okay,
yeah, it was Michelle. She said, Josh is
still hurt by the vote that happened where Tori voted him in.
I forgot all about that, y'all. In Challenge USA 2, she voted him in. How cold?
Honestly, I expected it because Josh is an emotional player, unfortunately. So when you're an emotional player and something happens in this game with his friendship with Tori and that happening, I think that was just that's the icing on the cake. But he's also been he is an emotional player.
Also,
everyone knows.
Nobody's gonna take it well to have their friend.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying at the end of the day, he could have handled it a little bit better.
Emotions. I don't know if anybody would have played the game like that. Nobody would have handled that. Yeah, he does not play the game. One thing we know about Josh, he cries and he's loyal. He's very, very, very loyal.
And it hurt him that his friend wasn't loyal back. And any friend would be hurt.
Yeah, that's all he's hurting her by saying I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Yeah, and he is hurting her. And he's trying to get his power back because I think he felt powerless in that situation. And he feels like, I'm a better friend to you. That's what he said. And he honestly feels that way. Like, I would have laughed at you.
Him hearing her laughing and making
I would have laughed at you. I would have pushed you in.
And I mean, honestly, and we were arguing about this just a little bit, and we might
get heated.
You never know.
It got heated, y'all.
Because it's honestly like I get it. So like his feelings are valid. I'm not knocking that, and I'm saying at the end of the day, yes, he's upset at Tori. But at the end of the day, he's bringing the personal issue with elimination. It's adding on to the emotions. So he's giving her a little bit more than what she deserves right now. And I think that that's unfair, especially in this game when he's using his emotions. And right now, it's the wrong time to do it.
Well, let's think of it this way, too. I hear what you're saying, and I'm going to respond to that. I hear what you're saying completely. They haven't talked about this. Because she said, if you want to talk, let's talk about it. The problem is she should have put in some effort, or they should have put in some effort to speak before this. We don't know what happened,
though. Because they do hang out outside of the challenge.
This happened like a while ago. They done did All-Stars. They done did...
And he should have brought it up. We don't know if he brings it up at all. She probably did because Tori's known for actually trying to handle stuff out. Like she'll admit to her wrongs. She'll try to make it work, and she'll say, "What can I do from here?" We've seen it on the reunion last season.
We don't know what happened, but what we do know is they haven't talked about it. And so she's like, "We can talk about it if you want to." And he like, "Let's talk about it. Let's finally talk about it." But he's like, "No, I don't want to do it right now. I don't even want to be your friend anymore because that happened." And now this happened.
That was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like hearing her like downstairs like that laughing, that hurt his feelings. And I understand that 1000%. Like, let's think about it. Like, we all are good, friends and stuff. Imagine like if we're in a house and it's like you can hang out with somebody outside and have a one-on-one relationship all you want, and that relationship be amazing. But if you're around other people and you feel like that person is not loyal to you when y'all get around other people, and like they don't value you as a competitor, you are going to feel a certain type of way. And I think that's what that symbolized in that moment. He's like, she didn't have my back downstairs. She was laughing with everybody about me.
And this is just another reason why I don't want to be her friend. Like, but it's a very respectable moment. Honestly, you gotta respect it because you see a lot of emotion from Tori, and it's like this is real life, and she doesn't want to lose this friend. Like she made this mistake. I wish they would have talked about it before. Who knows why they didn't? But she made that mistake and made another mistake by laughing at his expense. But she's like, bro, I care about you. Like, I don't want to lose you as a friend. So
but that's why he's going about it wrong. Because if you don't want to be her friend, then and you're going to decide not to be her friend, cool. But at least talk to her about it so she can move forward if you don't want to be her friend anymore.
And I
feel like, what are you doing? Because tomorrow
I think they will talk. I think they will talk about it. But I think in this
moment, drinking alcohol.
It's just like, bro, like I don't want to be your friend anymore. He's been hurt, and he hurt people.
And pull
so
her
that's
aside.
literally what's happening right now. He's hurt, so he's trying to hurt.
But what he's doing is he's putting a target. Even though it may not seem like they right now, but later on in the game, people are gonna see the fact that he kind of got emotional in the game, and they're gonna say things. And instead, he could have just went with her privately into a room. Because now it just kind of messes things up between them already even more. Well, because tomorrow's just going to be sorry.
I don't think you can expect
he's not very good with hiding his emotions. He's never been good at it.
That's his downfall then.
So
that's her
downfall.
That's her downfall.
But she can win.
Safe to
They
say,
can win too.
there's a lot of drama. Safe to say.
Even in this household, y'all, the drama has
We are split.
through the screen.
Let us know how
Josh is
you're
too
feeling.
emotional.
Are you team
He's not gonna make it.
Tori?
He's not
Are
gonna
you
make
team
it.
Josh?
She is
Tori.
annoyed with
Josh is not gonna make it in this game if you keep being emotional. Sorry.
Josh
We
is allowed to
understand
feel the
Josh's
way that he
emotions.
feels.
Yeah,
Y'all
but
know how
handle
we
your
feel about
emotions.
Josh. We ain't
Handle your
no team
emotions,
Josh.
dude.
She don't have
But
to
we
handle this
understand.
emotion.
Yes, you do. Otherwise, you're gonna get thrown in and go home. That's why he doesn't win.
Well, nobody
anything.
there but a couple of people.
That's
It
why
was
he
not
doesn't
done in
win
front of the whole
HI.
house. It's gonna be
He
okay.
gets sent in every time. 'cause he
Well,
cries
guess
all the
what?
time.
He gets fired because he knows how to
He
politics.
doesn't get that far. Story.
He does.
Oh, okay. She won.
Okay.
Oh, you
won?
won?
She won because she had Jordan.
Oh,
No,
and
she had
they're
Devin.
gonna
Her and
argue
Devin won.
a whole
Ride or
night
die.
long.
She won
Right.
because she had Devin.
Y'all, annoyed. We're annoyed. We are annoyed.
Are y'all annoyed?
I'm good.
Are y'all eating this up? Are y'all being fed?
My girl's not going in, so I'm good.
Yeah, she's good. I'm good too.
But why don't we get to hear Casey be like, I'm so glad, like, we definitely owe Tony.
Yeah.
Because
we should at the very least get to hear that. We owe Tony. Kylan should be saying that was really big of Tony.
No, we gotta hear Era 2 and 3 constantly. I just don't understand why Tony did what he did. Like there was no reason for him to do that.
Yeah, the editing kind of sucks.
The way that
the editing
this episode
it always goes bad every time.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's against Tony. It's Tony against the world. Nobody understands where he's coming from. I get it. On some aspect, it's like, okay, they want, like, if you don't have any dogs in the game, and dogs, what do they say? Dogs in the fight. If you don't have any dogs in the fight, so to speak, they're like, why don't you just do what Avery wants? Because Avery does have dogs. She has friends. She has homies. No. Like, why don't you you don't have anything to lose. Why don't you just give her what she wants? But for me, I feel like Tony, he earned that. Yeah. He probably helped them a large amount get that win. Yeah. He was confident they would get the win because it's eating. So he's like, why? I want to benefit from this.
I'm trying to gain from this. Yeah. And me saving Derek and Aviv is not gaining.
No. Especially when Derek and Aviv, your allies, your friends, already made it clear that they're coming after the powerful people. Mm-hmm. So it just feels like a double whammy. It's like, not only am I not getting anything out of it, I'm getting bad things out of it because they want to take strong people
and
out.
Did Derek speak up? They're such good friends. Like, I owe her everything. What about right now?
We definitely have to help her.
Why you let your friend go in elimination for you when she won that win fair and square? Right. Like, that's not a good friend. He should have told her, like, don't worry, I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just vote me in.
Yeah. But no. Yeah. I high key would love to see Avery go home and Tony stay.
Same.
Because I'm sorry, I don't support it. And maybe that's what's going to happen. And maybe that's why the edit is this way and everybody's coming on Tony because they're mad at him because of that. But
yeah, we're supposed to be mad at Tony because Avery's going to go home. I'm not mad I'm not mad at Tony.
He had his reasons. She had her reasons.
None of us are mad. This is something we are all agreeing on.
And if she goes home, nobody put a gun to your head and made you go in. Okay.
And if your friends lose, they can go in.
Right.
Jeez.
I mean, you were already down there anyways. You already knew that you were going to be chosen or could have been chosen. So you were already ready for elimination. So just go. Mm-hmm. Literally.
The thing is, you know what? The thing is, we understand where both of them are coming from. Right. So it's not even really that we're mad at Avery because I understand why she stuck to her guns. I do.
Yeah.
It's just what really frustrates us is why y'all not understanding where Tony's coming.
Right.
So, I mean, in that regard, maybe I shouldn't want Avery to go home. Maybe I should want them both to do well. What really puts a sour taste in our mouth is like the entitledness of it all, that Avery felt like Tony should have went with her and everybody's villainizing Tony. We're not going to do it over here. It's not happening here.
This is my mindset about Avery, though. If she stays, she's going to gun for Tony. She's going to blame him and say all that. So it's best if she just goes.
Yeah, I feel that too. I feel like she might not be so good for the team in that aspect. But I mean, everybody has people on other teams that they're trying to protect. Mm-hmm. I guess for me, I just felt like, did you even really help them earn that win?
Right.
Like, I feel like if it was Tori maybe and Tori had like really helped them, he would be like, okay, yeah, we'll save Anissa or we'll save the people that you want to save.
Maybe be trying to protect people that are okay.
They're an asset in the game.
Well, not saying that Derek's not. Because Derek is a great competitor.
Derek is awesome.
But Derek could have went in.
Yeah,
like, he could have. Just let him go in.
He could have.
He's one person. You're not even friends with Aviv. Right. It's just Derek. It's literally him. Yeah. You can't protect everybody.
And it's an individual game. Like, Derek is a beast. He could have just went down there, crushed it, and came back and then sucked it up and knew, hey, this is partially my fault because I lost. Mm-hmm. And let's start over.
What they should have done, honestly, was just rock, paper, scissors it. Because neither one of them were going to change their minds. Mm-hmm. They needed to do something where it's like, okay, I tried. Like, she wasn't going to budge. I wasn't going to. The problem was Tony really thought she was gonna budge, and
Yeah.
she wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They should have just rock, paper, scissors.
Now we're at elimination, and they got to get across a bridge doing a puzzle, and they got to do one piece at a time. If they mess up, they got to do one piece at a time going back. So we're gonna see what happens.
and
it's
see what happens. It's individual. That's great, but our fear is that people help, and we don't want to see anybody helping someone to win, and someone goes home because they weren't helped.
What if Tony goes home and they villainized him so that we would be okay with it? That
I'm
was
not going to be okay with it.
I'll be
We're going to
upset.
see what happens. We're going to be upset.
Peach.
It's getting juicy.
Crazy.
We finished the episode, you guys.
We
Where did we
did.
leave off?
We left off
But
on
where we left off
elimination.
was the elimination.
They had to
you-
get across.
We didn't do both.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
we
we were
didn't do
rooting
both.
for Tony. We're rooting for Tony. And of course,
Unfortunately.
just like the edit was feeding us to hate Tony and be okay with him leaving, Tony leaves.
He was
Yeah.
gone. He got eliminated.
It wasn't
got
Tony
got.
time.
It wasn't Tony time. What I want to know is how in the world did Darrell finish that thing as fast as he did? That just didn't even make sense.
Make possible.
That should have been possible.
That, and I also want to know, like, why was everybody saying that Tony wanted to go home? What is the tea that we did not see? Like, I'm very
I
frustrated
think
with
they're
that.
delusional.
Did Tony really want to go home? Like, that would make me feel better about him leaving. But I don't think that things went right. Like we said, he shouldn't have been given all of that flack for wanting to stick to his guns, just like Avery.
Yeah,
wanted
they
to
both
stick
should
to
have been
his guns.
understood. You understood Avery, you should have understood Tony as well. Now, I guess maybe let this be a lesson to us all. Let this be a lesson to the challengers. If someone has personal connections, maybe go with their personal connections instead of trying to further your game over strangers. That's what I'm going to take from
Or
this.
compromise.
And maybe also make some kind of
compromise.
deal with those people as well, that they'll look out for you,
Yeah.
even though we don't know when they're going to get power again.
Yeah.
But just in case they do, they can look out for you. And then also tell the other ones, hey, no hard feelings. I'm open to working with you in the game, but it's
I
just
tried.
this person, they have these personal reasons, and they're not going to budge.
Yeah, like I said, the problem was he underestimated Avery and he thought she was going to bend, and he should have just bent to her in this case. I understand where people were coming from, but also they were kind of giving Tony a little bit too much. It's too much.
Yeah, I don't think it was fair.
Yeah, it was
just
fair.
for the simple fact that she was doing the same thing he was, and she didn't budge either. So,
So,
But
Lord, I
nobody
think
gave
you're a little
her
hard
flack.
on the beaver.
Nobody gave her any flack.
Mhm.
And she was doing something stupid too. She put her neck out there. None of them would have done that.
But Tony wanted to be like Zach. He was like, Zach
Except
did
for
it.
Harry.
Zach did it for me and Bananas, and he went in and they lost. So now I want to go in and I want to lose too.
I don't think
So-
it was like that, but I think he just wanted to.
I'm just joking.
Oh,
I'm totally joking. Yeah. No, that's not something to
because I
aspire to.
thought you were talking about when they showed the Zach clip. I was like, oh.
No, he definitely don't want to aspire to
Yeah,
that. He
somebody
didn't
know.
want to. It didn't go well for Zach, so he didn't want to. Maybe if it went well for him.
That's
yeah.
the CT tip.
Yeah, the CT pro tips. He said he got to be a little bit crazy to play this game, and he said
It's okay to have fun.
it's okay to have fun. That's what it was. Yeah.
So then we get the female elimination, and it is Jody versus Avery, and
Jody didn't want no puzzle, and she didn't want no individual.
she wanted to work with Darrell.
Yeah, I understand.
And now we know why.
I want to work
I'm
with
just
Darrell
kidding.
too.
So
Yeah.
Jody did really great. She was right behind her. I think that was why it was such a tough loss for
Yeah,
her.
And you see how they both had to reset. It's like, Darrell, how in the world did you do that
Well,
and not even have to reset?
The girls were a little bit different too, though. They had the same exact puzzle, but whoever's color started first, you had to be a little bit different with your pattern. So I think that's what really got it with the girls, for both of them having to restart. But hey,
I still don't understand how Darrell was able to do it. I don't. But
he
good
goes
job,
pound
man.
for pound.
Good
That's
job.
why Darrell goes pound for pound.
Yeah, and he said he's trying to be up there like with Jordan and CT, which you are up there already. But I get what you're saying, man. You want to be up there with Bananas. He's like, I haven't won in a long time. I haven't won a recent one. So he's trying to, get that redemption and hang with the big dogs of today. And
But
you're on your way.
Darrell blew his back out doing that. So
Oh,
we
man.
don't know what Darrell we're gonna get in the
In the
coming
future.
episodes.
Yeah.
Hopefully he will be okay. I don't know.
Please,
A back
Darrell.
is like a
CT gonna get hurt
serious
too.
thing.
So what y'all about to do?
So Era 1 might be in some
Era one,
trouble.
they got to start stretching before they get out there. They ain't young anymore. We're not young. We can't do that anymore. CT said that. He said you got to bend. You got to bend your knees. Bend
we
your
also
knees.
can't
back your
forget
hips, and do
about
the
there
pull.
was a twist.
Twist.
And we all knew it was coming, you guys, because we said ain't nobody gonna be volunteering to be these
representatives
with
volunteers
with it.
tribute, pretty much.
So then we find out that the winners actually get to choose the representatives, which is
From
The
all
winners
eras.
of eliminations. If you win
From
an
all the
elimination.
eras, they get to choose. So Darrell had to
That's a
pick
huge power.
all the girls. Avery had to pick all the guys.
And we actually got to see who they chose, which is awesome. Such a great choice, you guys. Don't leave us off on no cliffhanger. That was awesome. We're so excited to, think of the possibilities. We have so much to look forward to next week. So that was a great choice.
Do you agree with the targets? Do you agree?
They chose some targets, y'all.
Yeah,
they
we're gonna
chose some
talk about the
targets. We
targets.
got Laurel for Era 2. We got
Laurel and
Anissa.
Bananas.
And Anissa's like, "Oh, I'm going to strangle you. Like, I want to hurt you, Darrell." And I'm like, "Girl, same. Like, hurt him. Like, this ain't okay. Like, he should have had your back."
See, the fact that he had Tori's back, and he's done so many challenges with Tori, so of course he would. I feel like he has equally done a lot of challenges with Anissa. So I don't know why he didn't have Anissa's back over Tina.
He should have put in Tina.
It would seem that he values Tina more as a player. So that's saying
that was kind of sucky.
I feel like it's just always easier to name Anissa at this point with people. And
leave Anissa alone.
It's really unfortunate because she's done a lot of eliminations at this point. Like she left off at 26 or something.
The way that they treat her is not right. I don't like it. I'm mad. She's like the scapegoat, and she doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, so Anissa for Era 1, Laurel for Era 2.
I don't agree with Laurel and Johnny.
Also,
I'm gonna name the girls.
Why?
Because they're at the top of my head.
Derek and Anissa for Era 1. Which
Derek!
Why? He just went into elimination voluntarily.
He wasn't looking at her.
He's not looking. Yeah, that
Avery.
That just pissed me off.
I would have told. If I was Darrell, I would have been like, "Please don't put Derek in," because Derek literally just went in for Darrell.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. But anyway, Derek.
Avery,
I expected Laurel and Bananas. I don't agree, but I expected with.
I wanted that. That's very smart.
I'm very happy about Laurel and Bananas.
You can get them into elimination and potentially send one of them home.
And when they come back, it's gonna be crazy.
And it's like they were getting revenge for Kara.
Maybe they won't.
Kara's karma came through Darrell and Avery.
Oh yeah.
And it came quick.
It came with it.
So then we have Era
3. Naya. I don't like to see it.
Yeah,
Naya and Jordan, because Jordan, man, come on.
But Naya just went in elimination.
Naya and Jordan are close too. So
yes, Jordan ain't skirt. You gotta respect it.
You gotta respect it, man. And he's gonna look out for Naya, and he's gonna make sure they stay out of that elimination.
Oh yeah, because they close.
And if they go in, he's gonna have her back too. So Jordan ain't never scared. He ain't scared of nobody. And then Era 4, Jenny.
and Horacio.
And Horacio.
Kind of struggle to say his name.
Horacio. I'm like, why?
Because they're the nicest really guy on the team. Competitors. And if they get them out, it would be really crazy and good for them. That's what I'm saying.
And you guys, it just makes you think about it though. Man, they could have, well, never mind. Never mind. I was going to say that they could have paid the favor to them after now and save Era 4, Kylan and Casey, but when they weren't going to go in, like they shouldn't have gone in. So that was a moot point. Sorry.
This is so awesome though. They've got a lot of heavy hitters. So potential for somebody big going.
Banger.
I'm just curious who they gave their karma points to. That's what I want to know. Who Tony and Jody
Tony
gave their...
definitely voted Avery.
Oh, he definitely gave her he may have given her. Maybe he felt bad. I don't know.
I don't know. I think
I don't think he's.
Maybe he gave Johnny a 1. Yeah, I don't know. But guys. What a great episode, right? And we want to thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Karmen. Thank you so much, Sharae, for coming on.
I gotta keep it spicy.
Y'all were awesome. Y'all were amazing. Y'all got me energized. And so hopefully we can keep that energy going into our next recap.
I do just want to point out really fast before we end that because I was talking about how Jordan and I are partners. I just want to point out, we'll probably talk about it more next week, that it's just so amazing that they are so close now. And to reflect on their journey, because they did not like each other and they have a really bad history. But I just want to encourage you guys out there that there is a thing called forgiveness, and there is a thing called working things out with your friends and working things out with people, and there is strength and power in that. So think about that, because they came such a long way. And same thing with Paulie and Davon. I don't know if you watch or listen to the challenge
official podcast,
but Davon was talking about Paulie this week about how he was leaving last episode, and it made her cry. Like, she was so sad. That's her brother, she said. Yeah. So they've come a long way. So it's just so great to see, people mending relationships and stuff. And let's do that. Let's not hold grudges, people.
Yes, love.
So
peace,
that's
and
our
harmony.
that's
I can't even do it.
our life lesson for today.
This
Yeah.
morning.
If you have anyone in your life that you need to mend some fences with, do the work. And I'm talking to myself here. Mend those fences. Till next time, you guys.
Love one another.
Wrong show.
We see you guys next time. Like and subscribe to our channel. Don't miss out on the action.
Bye bye.